Hey there, Casey Dimmer here, TaxSaleAcademy.com. As you probably already know, a piece of property will end up at a tax sale auction after the owner fails to pay the property taxes. In many situations, they might have even forgotten to pay these property taxes on purpose. I've done videos on the past on junk tax sale properties that are worthless. But what other kind of properties should you absolutely run from when you see them pop up at a tax sale auction? Now, obviously, this is my opinion, but here are a few properties that I would immediately skip. The first one is gas stations. They will pop up from time to time, and they might even pique your interest depending on where they're located. The truth is, removing or replacing gas tanks is very, very expensive. And if the tanks have already been removed, but they had previously leaked, something you'd probably never know about, and when they did, if they contaminated the soil, well, guess what? You could be on the hook. You could be responsible for that contamination. So skip the gas stations. Number two is wetlands. I once watched 90 acres sell for less than $15,000. The only problem was the entire property was covered in water anywhere from 6 inches to 6 feet deep. Not much you can do with that property. Check your wetland maps. Number three is your easements. I've seen some pretty incredible properties that have been classified as easements before. Now, once it's designated an easement, it'll be near impossible to remove that classification. Number four is your factories. Simply put, don't purchase a factory if you have any suspicion whatsoever that they could have used something that would contaminate the soil. It's not cheap to fix, and you could find yourself in trouble with the city for something that the former owner did 20 years ago, just like those gas stations. And number five, properties on demolition list. Now, a red tag building is a building that the city has identified as potentially hazardous, but it's not scheduled for demolition. Those you might consider purchasing from time to time. However, you should call the county to make sure that a piece of property is absolutely not on the demolition list before you purchase it. If it is on the list and it gets torn down after you purchase it, well, guess what? You might find yourself with a hefty demolition bill. So there you have it. 5 types of properties that you should immediately skip if you see them at tax sale auctions. In reality, there are so many properties auctioned off each year that there is no reason you should take a chance and play with fire by buying one of these types of properties. As I mentioned earlier, you might want to check out the video on junk tax sale properties, which you can find over on my website at TaxSaleAcademy.com. Again, the website's TaxSaleAcademy.com, and there's all sorts of other great tax sale investing information on the site. Have a great day, folks. Take care. Bye-bye.